Are you tired of paying $100 or more for oil changes and waiting for hours just to get your car back? You're still gonna have to wait for hours, but do it yourself and save a lot of money. In this video, I'm gonna show you very quickly how to do your own oil change. It might be a little time consuming, but if you wanna save a couple bucks, it's definitely worth the money. And all you gotta do is put in a little bit of elbow grease. It's not at all difficult. It's just, you know, physical labor. So let's get started with the first few things that you'll need. You're gonna need one, a jack. Then what you will need, no matter what, are jack stands. You do not wanna get under your car without having these. Next, you're gonna need just basic hand tools. You don't need this huge toolbox, and you're probably only gonna need a very few things from here. Then you'll need funnels. I like to use two, one for my clean oil for putting into the engine, and one for draining the old oil into the old container. We'll get into that later. You'll need a pan to drain your oil into, and it's always good to keep a little rag around for wiping up any possible spillage. And one last thing that I forgot to grab here is I like putting a big piece of cardboard under as well, in case I do spill trying to pour the old oil into this oil pan. It doesn't get on my driveway. So those are just the basic tools you'll need. Next, you'll need the actual oil to do the oil change. All right, so today I'm doing an oil change on my girlfriend's car where I don't know when the last time the oil filter was changed. So I'm just gonna change the oil filter, and of course we're doing an oil change, so I'm changing the oil. The type of oil you need depends on your car. The easiest way to find this out is just a quick Google search or going to the parts store and having them look it up for you, because they have all of that in their system. Just make sure you get a name brand. It really doesn't matter which one. As long as you get a name brand, you're gonna be fine. It's always nice to put on some gloves to keep your hands clean. Now, let's get started. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is get your jack and your jack stand, find your jacking point under the car, lift it up, and put your jack stand under. So let's get to that. You don't want this falling on you while you're under the car. So make sure they're nice, stable, secure, and they're not going anywhere. Now it's time to get whatever small toolbox you have and get under the car. So now what you're gonna do is get yourself a ratchet and a socket that fits this bolt. I guessed incorrectly, this is not a 17. So at this point, you do not wanna remove this bolt, you just wanna crack it loose. There we go. Now we're gonna leave it like this for now. This car's oil filter is right here, and there's no way I'm gonna be able to access this without spilling if I don't remove this plastic cover. So let's put this on hold and take this plastic cover off. Now we're getting to the good part. Get your rag, your oil drain pan, and your cardboard, and let's get down here. So you're gonna wanna position this pan something like this, where it's long ways away from here, because it's gonna come out flowing that way. So you don't want it to be straight under, you need it to be that way, and you can move it as it starts to pour. So now that we have this down here, we can completely remove this bolt. After cracking it, it should be, we're leaking already. See, and this is why it's good to have the rag. I can wipe this up before it gets anywhere else. This is a perfect example of why it's good to keep this cardboard down here. No. Be careful. Be careful not to drop your bolt in here like I almost just did. Now you just let it pour. Every time you do an oil change, you should be changing your crush washer anyway. So buy a new bolt, buy a new crush washer, and get that replaced. So now that this has come to a very, very slow leak, let's replace the bolt. And at this point in time, we can tighten this all the way because we're not draining any more oil, so we can put this all the way in. So I know this is at the very edge of your view here, but I'm sure you see this oil filter here. We don't want to spill, again, oil anywhere. So yeah, we're gonna move this above the oil filter because the oil filter is going to leak. There is no way it doesn't leak. Watch this. Oh, thank God, when I did my car, if you guys watched that video, that shit was super tight. I'm so glad I'm able to do this. You see that? Boom, leaking. It's gonna leak a bunch from here. So just let that do its thing while you slowly remove it. Oh God, try not to let the wind make a mess out of your stuff here. Scoot it over. After you get this off, me personally, I like to come down with it like this to decrease spillage, and then flip it over into this and just place it on there and let it exist on there to drain itself while we get our new one. So let me go grab that real quick. I don't know if this is necessary. You can look this up yourself if you want to do it or not, but most people, which is what I'm going to do right now, will open this up, dip my finger in the fresh oil, and rub a little ring around here. So I'm going to do that very quickly and then get it screwed right into where the old one was. Now, if you have a tool or something for loosening these, do not use it to tighten them. These are only supposed to be hand tight because they will get tighter with the heat of the engine, and you don't want it to be impossible to remove. So that right there is plenty of tightness on this. You can now remove this from here, put our plastic piece back on if you needed to remove it, and drop the car. So let's get to that. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is find where you put your oil in at. Obviously remove the cap, and you're gonna fill all your oil into here. But before you do that, do a quick Google search as to how much your car takes. As a matter of fact, I don't remember how much it takes, so I'm gonna do that quick Google search. And I don't know if that's 0.2, but it looks good enough. So the next thing you want to do is check this dipstick. Really, this is going to be more accurate when the car is warm. You want to warm the car up, and then obviously check the oil with the car off. You don't want to check the oil with the car on. You just want the car to get up to temperature. But there's one more thing you have to do. You have to dispose properly of your old oil. If you had an empty bottle, you would pour your old oil with a nice open funnel from the drain pan into this, and then you take this bottle with the old oil to your nearest parts store so they can properly dispose of it. Do not throw away oil anywhere that is not at a parts store. Don't throw it down your drain, don't throw it into your trash bin. It needs to be properly disposed of. But yeah, that's it. Your oil's changed. All you gotta do now is clean up. You know, make sure you put all your tools away, throw all your trash away, dispose properly of your oil, and take your car for a test drive. I hope you guys learned something today. Always, when you're working on your cars, this is just a basic guide of how to change your oil. You know, just the basic steps you have to follow no matter what car you have. Just make sure you do the right research and you get the right parts for your car. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.